Are you guys ready for day 92? Let's go!
What's up, guys? I am Michael McAnally, and this is Leo the Hiking Dog. For the last year, we have been planning and preparing for this through hike of the Appalachian Trail. Thank you for joining our adventure. If you are enjoying the journey, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We would be super thankful.
Good morning. It is day 92. We just got up, left the drive-in. We got to watch all of the movie last night, but the last like 5-10 minutes of it, it started pouring down rain, and we had to dive into our tents, and I missed the end of the movie. That's okay. I'll catch it when I get out of the woods. I'll rewatch it again. It's gonna be a rainy one today, yeah. So it's like raining right now. I got a little bit of tree cover so I can have the camera out, but I got to put it away for a lot of this hike. But we'll get filmed as much as we can, show you guys as much as we can. There's 15 miles to a bus to New York, so I'm contemplating on jumping on that bus and making my New York trip today. Special place I want to go in New York, and there's only one reason for me to go to New York. I'll have to show you guys what that is once we do it. So all right, we're gonna get this hike started, and yeah, we're gonna get these miles in. Man, it's a nice light drizzle right now. That makes things a lot nicer than they've been the last few days with the heat. But we're about to do this climb they call Stairway to Heaven. Every climb, or every mountain range in every state has something named Stairway to Heaven, and none of it ever leads to heaven. I never hear any angels singing. I'm never welcomed at any pearly gates. All I am is sweaty and tired by the time I get to the top of it. But we got 9 miles left of New Jersey. I still haven't seen a bear, so I don't know. I guess I'm never gonna see a bear in the woods. We'll just have to chalk it up to I have anti-bear pheromones. They're all hiding from me. The 9 miles we have left in New Jersey, and then we'll be in New York. You're basically hiking along the New Jersey-New York border for a while. Unionville, where I stopped yesterday, was in New York. Warwick, where the drive-in is in New York. So you're like literally right on the border of Jersey and New York for a good part of New Jersey. Whoop. All right, guys. This climb is starting to get rocky, and the rocks are wet, so I really need to pay attention to what I'm doing. But we'll be in New York soon. We are still on the Stairway to Heaven, and that thunder is getting louder. I don't like that because we're getting higher in elevation and closer to being near lightning clouds. Now, there was some lightning earlier, but I checked the radar and it looked like the majority of the lightning had passed. But that thunder is getting more and more loud as we get higher. I do not like that at all. But hopefully it grazes us and just goes beside us and doesn't hit us directly. This is some slow navigation on these rocks. Taking my time, watching my footing. Everything's wet. This could be a really dangerous situation if you're not super careful. If we do start to see lightning, y'all hear that? That's the thunder I'm talking about. I don't know what we can do because there's a shelter eventually, but I don't know, by the time we get to that shelter, this might have already passed by then. So, alright, we're gonna try to finish this stairway to heaven. Alright, we have completed the stairway to heaven and we got paid off with a beautiful pinwheel vista view. So that's awesome and amazing. The rain and the thunder has seemed to ceased for now. I mean, everything's wet still, so we still got to take our time because rocks are slippery when it's wet. Well, that was cool. That deer didn't care that me and Leo were standing 10 feet from him. So I kind of just stood there as long as I could. And, you know, Leo didn't bark or lunge or anything like that until we started to try to walk down the trail. And then he'd try to lunge a little bit, but I've got good control of him. And then the deer finally ran off. But that was pretty cool. The deer just stood right there. Very interesting. All right, maybe we'll see a bear today before we leave. We got 9 miles to find a bear. 9 miles. Well, not 9 now, but like 7. Alright, the rain has now turned into a torrential downpour. We are completely soaked from head to toe. I'm not even going to bother putting my rain gear on because at this point it wouldn't have mattered. I would have sweat through it anyway. It's like 70 degrees out, so I'm not cold in this rain. It's kind of refreshing. However, I'm getting a shower without having to pay for it. Everything, like I said, everything is soaked. Like my feet, my socks, my shorts, my shirt, everything's completely soaked through. But we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep on pushing through this rain. We're going to try to get to the next town, and that's where where we can get into New York from there. So, but if it's raining like this all day, we're going to have to figure out a plan when we get there. It's about 15 miles. I don't know how many we've gone yet, but all right, we're going to keep on pushing. Alright, we are 5 miles in, made it here to the first shelter, and decided to stop and go ahead and eat all my snacks since I can't really eat when it's pouring this hard. It's hard to pull stuff out of your bag while you're trying to not slip on rocks, and it's also pouring down rain and I don't want everything in the bag to get wet. So we stopped and we're going to take a little break. It leaves us 10 miles for the day to get into, what's that, Green something?
Greenwood Lake?
Greenwood Lake. And that's where the bus is. So since it's raining this hard, I'm probably going to need to dry everything out. So I might go ahead and, I planned on going into New York today, but I might go ahead and just get a hotel room tonight, get dried out, cleaned up, and then hop on the bus in the morning and head into New York tomorrow morning, and then come back out, and then come back to trail that day and hike back out. So, but we'll see. Maybe the rain lets up and I dry out. I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear. We'll just gonna eat my snacks and get back to hiking. That's a nice little break at that shelter. I went ahead and ate all my snacks and sat there, I don't know, 10 minutes, and the rain's actually let up a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. Because when I got to the shelter, it was we were basically in a torrential downpour. I mean, I am so wet right now that my fingers are pruned, like I've been swimming for hours. So it's been a fun day. It's probably this has been the hardest rain I've been in since I started. Actually hiked in since I started. I mean, we've had some rain here and there, but nothing like that. That was a pretty torrential downpour. But it's all good. We're still gonna get to town today, and then figure it out from there. But if we dry out, I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to keep plans flexible. I want you guys to stay tuned to see what happens. I don't want to have set plans every single day. We'll kind of figure it out as I go along. But the plan was to get to New York today. But that plan might change because, like I said, I am completely soaked. Like everything on me is completely soaked right now. So we might need to dry, and Leo's also completely soaked. And if I'm going to be getting into public transits and stuff with him, that's going to be a little bit, it makes everything a little bit more difficult. So we're going to figure those things out as we get there. Watch this. Limbo! Y'all see those skills? All right. Here we go. We're going to keep getting these miles in. right, now the rain is completely cleared up and the sun is out. I was calling ahead to Greenwood Lake to try to find myself a room, and we're starting to run into what I'm calling the flip-flop bubble, where all the people that started their flip-flop there in Harper's Ferry are now, you know, up ahead of me, and so I'm running into them as I'm hiking past them and starting to reach them. So what's happening with that is we're starting to run into what I didn't want down south, was fighting for resources. So I called the hotel, and the hotel was completely 100% booked up. Greenwood Lake only has 2 hotels and 1 hostel. The hostel is closed till Saturday, so that wasn't an option at all. And I called the 2 motels that are there, and they were both completely 100% booked. So the one hotel that's super hiker friendly, I went ahead and, oh my goodness, water everywhere. I'm just walking through this stuff. It's just a swamp. There's just no point in trying to keep my feet dry at this point. You can hear the splish splashing going on. That's just my feet in the water. No big deal. Just walking through these creeks. But so they're super hiker friendly, so I went ahead and called them back and was like, hey, you know, I know there's a lot of people there that may have double beds in their room. Will you ask any of the other hikers if they're willing to split a room? Because, you know, hikers are always looking to keep their costs down. So splitting a room, you know, 1 person paying for a room versus 2 people paying for a room, it's a nice convenience to have. We just want to get our stuff clean and, you know, wash our clothes and take a shower and then head on back down the trail. So we don't really care who we split a room with. But anyway, Tom, who I camped with on Kidder or something ledge, the one that saw the bear, and I've been camping, was hanging out with him at the Gypsy and stuff like that. Gyps Tavern, not Gypsy, Gyps Tavern. He happened to be checking in as I was, you know, and the lady asked him whether he'd be willing to split his room, and he said yes, not knowing who he was splitting it with. And then when she called me back, he realized, oh, you know, I told him, and she said, yeah, there's a guy named Tom. I was like, oh, I know Tom, just tell him it's, you know, it's Master Splinter. And he was like, oh yeah, very cool. So that's a really cool thing, you know, to be able to if I didn't ask the question, hey, will somebody be willing to split a room with me, then I just would have not had a hotel tonight, or had a motel tonight. And which, I mean, would have been, you know, for my new plans of going into New York in the morning, it would have been super inconvenient because I don't have any clean clothes. I would have been going into New York tonight with dirty clothes on. But now we've got all that straightened out. Now all I got to do is worry about hiking these last 6 miles and getting to Greenwood Lakes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep on hiking. Alright guys, I got something to tell you. I'm in New York! Yes, we made it to New York. One more state complete. Alright, one more state tackled. I know we're not completely out of New Jersey because we still cross back and forth on the state line for a little while like we did in North Carolina and Tennessee. But this is the official state line crossing into New York. So we are calling New Jersey completed. And you know what? I think we're going to sit here and take our lunch, and I'll put my butt right on the line. So I'm going to sit in New York and New Jersey and have lunch at the same time in both states. All right, we got our first New York view. Let me show you guys. You see the beautiful lake over there. I can see a boat going across it. And you can see the hills all the way across here. Gorgeous. We're climbing these rocks right now. All right, Yeah, keep on hiking. This is currently the trail. There's no point in even trying to keep my feet dry because they're already soft and wet. But the trail is essentially a creek right now. So I might as well just walk through it. At least I'm getting a little ice bath for my feet while I'm hiking. It's beautiful and sunny out now, but all this water, I guess it's got to go somewhere. And this is where it's at right now. It's on the trail, directly on the trail. All right, we've reached the wall that has the hand over hand rebar in it. So me and Leo have to navigate this, and I'm gonna go ahead and film it, which means I'm gonna have to climb up it and then back down it again to get the camera and then back up it again. So this is just for you guys. You wait. No, see, this is it right here, okay? All right, so you wait. Dad's gonna climb, and then you're gonna follow, okay? No, right here. Good boy. Go up. Wait. All right, good job. Good job. All right, sit. Hey, Leo, sit. Don't go any further. Sit. We made it. You see, there's nothing that we can't figure out and navigate. There's a helicopter. It's been hovering over there for a while. I wonder if they're trying to do some type of search and rescue there in the mountain. They just been kind of hanging out over that mountain. Very interesting. Very interesting. As I tell you, coming into New York ain't no joke. There's a lot of rock scrambles and stuff you got to figure out, and a lot of places where I wasn't quite sure where the trail goes, and I had to look at my map and make sure I was on the right spot, or I would start to go down the wrong way. And the trail's not super clear right here, like right now. Did I just go the right way or not go the right way? I don't even know if I'm on the trail right now. But New York has been a little bit of a challenge, which is fun. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy a challenge. And I'm fixing to pull out my phone and figure out where I'm at, because I don't see any blazes going that direction, so I might not be going in the right direction. So yeah, but yeah, it's been a little bit of trying to figure things out. So all right, I'm gonna pull out my phone and figure out where I'm at. We still got about 3 more miles to go. All right, we are wrapping up this 15 miles. This is a rough 15 miles between the water being the trail and not being able to find the trail because of the water a lot of times. And then, like I said, it's so dense sometimes you don't know where the trail goes. And then a lot of those rock scrambles and climbs made for a very interesting day. We're going to get picked up here at the parking lot, and they're going to take us to the hotel tonight, where I get to split a room with a guy that I met a couple days ago. And then we're gonna do the New York trip tomorrow. I was going to try to do that today, but definitely not happening today. So we're going to get that done tomorrow. But what a good hike today. I mean, a lot of different trail features. I mean, the views weren't like perfect, beautiful views, but it was a lot of fun scrambling and you know, several times I had to stop and check my map and then backtrack because I would go completely the wrong way. The trail was just super dense. So, all right, I'll show you guys a little bit around when we get to the hotel, figure out what I'm going to do for dinner, all those type of things. So we'll talk to you in a bit. All right, all showered, and they're going to be doing my laundry. So we are at the Lake Lodging Motel, and we're splitting a room with Tom. He's already headed downtown to get something to eat, and that's where I'm headed now. I'm going to find me some food. All right, this little town is called Greenwood Lake. There's a big old giant lake up here. You can see it from the mountain when I was up there, and it's a tiny little town, but it's got a few cool things, and we're gonna go try to find something to eat. I think I might go ahead and go to the barber shop and go ahead and get cleaned up again. So we're going to New York tomorrow. Might as well look good doing it. All right, all cleaned up, and we're gonna find somewhere to eat now. This place I walked by here a minute ago smelled really good. The guy in the barbershop suggested the Mexican restaurant, but I don't know if I'm down for Mexican right now, but this place smells really good, so I might duck in here. It's called Murphy's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. All right, that place was way too loud, so I think I'm gonna try somewhere else. Went in there, it was looked like more of a drinking establishment than a food establishment, which is cool, but just not my scene. Not right now. I want a little peace and quiet. So I'm gonna find something else to eat. It's a little half-mile walk back. There's a Four Brothers pizza place. There's also a CVS here in town. I gotta stop and pick up some more bandages. I use my bandages helping other people, so I gotta get some more soon, just in case I need any. Well, Planet Pizza was the way to go. I'll tell you what, I ate half that stromboli. I'm gonna bring the other half to the room, let this half process, and I'm gonna eat the rest of it. And I also got me a chocolate mousse cake to come with it. All right, we are heading back to the hotel to relax. Alright guys, I got laundry done. I gotta organize everything, get everything back in my backpack for tomorrow, and we're gonna call it a night. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.